What do you mean I'm in charge? Welcome to So You Want to Be a Role Player, a show in which I tell you why tabletop role-playing games are beautiful. So you've got your group, and you sit down with your core rule book. You come to the realization that you are not anywhere near prepared to do this game. What do? Well, before you panic, do you even need a Game Master? There are games like Hillfolk and Fiasco that either have a diminished Game Master role or no Game Master at all. It's worth considering. But let's say you're set on a system that requires a Game Master. How do you get ready for that? I mean, your players will do things you never expected. If you think of 5 solutions to a problem, they'll think of a 6th one. They'll get lost going down a straight road. An easy combat encounter can become a slugfest with them running away. Breathe. It'll be okay. Just accept you're going to make some mistakes. You're doing something new and creative. There's bound to be some falling over and some stumbles. Let's work together to help you get started. You have a few roles that you have to manage as a Game Master that include Narrator, Moderator, Teacher, and even World Builder. Let's talk about each of these. One of your biggest roles is that of Narrator. This is about describing in detail what your players are experiencing. The key to this is using enough detail that they get the gist of what is going on, but not so much that they get lost in the weeds and confused about insignificant details. I found most scenes can be described in 5 or 6 sentences. Use that as a target when you're just starting out. Next up is Moderator. Basically, you're there to settle disputes when players become confused about rules or misinterpret something. Whenever the rules are unclear, I always try to side with the player. Decide with your group how much time you want during the session with rules questions. Try to keep this to a minimum. You're also a teacher to your players. In general, you need to be the most knowledgeable person of the system. As a new Game Master, I suggest you do at least one full read-through of your core rulebook. Focus especially on the Game Master section and running the game sections of your book. If you've already done character creation, read up on the powers and abilities of your players that your players will be using. You're even a builder of worlds. It's your job to flesh out the world and make it real. This role is primarily away from the table. You make the pieces of the world cohesive and thematically appropriate. You also need to figure out the consequences of the player's actions on the world. This aspect can seem overwhelming. A good way to approach this is to build only what you have to. For example, if your players aren't going to leave their starting location for several sessions, you don't have to work out a country on the other side of the world, and things of that nature. So just build what you need to and spread out from there. Almost all games come with a starting adventure. I recommend playing through this adventure, even if it's different from the rest of the game you'll be playing. I say this because the starting adventure is generally designed to work to the system's styles and strength. This way, you can do a sort of dry run. Where everyone gets a feel for the system, pacing, and mechanics. If you have any questions, comments, or topics you would like to see, let me know in the comments. Hit those like and subscribe buttons down below, and join me next time on So You Want to Be a Role Player. Why? Because games are beautiful.